Oh yeah, thumbs up. Putting some vinyl stripes or hash marks on this Mustang, and these are some things you're going to need. This bottle is soapy water with 4 drops of detergent, dish detergent, some window cleaner, some masking tape, a squeegee that's usually supplied with your stripes, some microfiber towels, and of course the hash marks or stripes. I got these from AmericanMuscle.com. First thing you want to do is measure, so that because I'm doing both sides of the vehicle, so I want them to match perfectly. I think that they're about 17 inches, and there I'm measuring from the door on the fender out, and then along the top of the fender. Then I'm using pieces of masking tape to mark where I'm going to place the stripes. Just making sure my measurements are correct. Now I'm going to clean the area really good with window cleaner, using a microfiber towel to make sure that there's no dirt or any wax residue left. So I make sure the vinyl cleans really good, sticks really good. And now I'm going to spray all that soapy water all over that area, and then take the backing off of the stripes. And the purpose of the soapy water is so that you can place this on there and be able to position it and move it around. It's kind of slippery with the soapy water, so you can move it around. And I'm going to place the stripes to where they kind of tuck under the fender well a little bit. So I'm just trying to get it positioned right now. Kind of smooth it out with my hand and to get it stuck on there. And then I'm going to use a squeegee where the hood meets the fender, and kind of go between that crack there and kind of push it in a little bit, because I'm going to be cutting it right there later with the utility knife. Then you got to take your squeegee and start working the moisture out from underneath the vinyl, trying to get any air bubbles you can out of it. And this is a kind of a long process, and this video is edited so you don't realize in the video how long it takes. I think it took me about probably 30 minutes on each side to get all the air bubbles out of it. And you just work it back and forth and start working those air pockets out of the stripes from underneath the vinyl. Now I'm going to take a razor knife and cut some of the paper down there on the fender well, so I can tuck that up underneath, and I sprayed it with a little bit more soapy water to make it more pliable and to get it to stick underneath there. And then I'll take my razor knife or utility knife and cut between the fender and the hood. Go as straight and even as possible. And then take my squeegee and go between the hood and the fender and get that overlap to stick a little bit. And just continue to work it. I did this on a summer night, so I really didn't need to use a hairdryer or a heat gun, but sometimes you might have to do that. You don't want it extremely cold or extremely hot when you do this. You don't want to do it in direct sunlight, that's for sure. And the summers here are really hot, so I did this at night so it'd be cooler. So I'm just continuing to work the moisture out from underneath the vinyl with the squeegee back and forth. I want to get all those air bubbles out of there. So now I'm letting it sit for a little while. I think I let it sit for about 15 minutes. Now I'm lifting up the hood so that I can work on that the little bit of the overlap there. You can see I've taken the squeegee there to get that overlap to stick. And I'm just continuing now to just keep on working the bubbles out. Now I'm going to start stripping that paper off of the stripes. And I'm just going to peel it back very slowly. Take my time. You want to take your time and not just rip it off there. And I'm using some soapy water to help loosen it up a little bit as I pull it back. Take it off nice and slow. And you want to make sure under the fender well you take the squeegee underneath the fender well before the paper's taken off and get it stuck underneath the fender well. Now I'm using a microfiber cloth and wiping the moisture off. And now I'm putting my squeegee, because there's still some bubbles in it, and putting it in a microfiber towel, and I'm going to continue to work the bubbles out of it. If you can't get all the bubbles out, you will have to use a pin and a needle and kind of pop those bubbles and use the squeegee with the microfiber towel. And now they're on, and it's all complete, and this is a picture I took the next day, and the job is done. Looking good.